won't love it. I never love it. Never f***ing love it.
Noted.
Hey everyone, I'm senior video producer Jeff McCobb, and we are back with another Cinema Blend roundtable discussion because The Boys Season 2 was released.
Ain't you twits lucky that I showed up?
And all of these guys are major fans who checked it out well before the release, who killed the entire second season without being prompted. Welcome Corey Chikazola and Eric Eisenberg.
Howdy, howdy.
Who invited you? Exactly.
So the first 3 episodes of the season have been released. They did not release the whole thing at once. Thus, we are going to review the season as a whole, but we're only going to give spoilers through those first 3 episodes. So, Eric Eisenberg, you are our resident comic book superhero guy. So I'm just curious, as a fan of season 1, what are your thoughts on season 2, and did it improve on the first?
Honestly, the answer is yes. I thought season 1 is fantastic. I mean, the show in general has such a different take on superheroes in general than really anything else out there. And it's just such a different flavor. And honestly, just everything about season 2 just took things up a notch, and I think that they dug even deeper into the whole like social themes and the ideas of what it would actually mean to have these kind of superheroes operating in society, which again, spoilers, complete fucking nightmare. Oh, God! But I mean, I love, like, all of these characters I think get great treatments through over the course of this season, and honestly the big highlight for me was just Aya Cash's Stormfront.
I'm Stormfront.
Who?
I'm the new girl.
Wonderful.
Who is the big new character of the season. And I loved her from You're the Worst on FX. If you guys don't know that show, you absolutely should check it out.
If I don't get a night off soon, I think my liver is gonna slide out of my body.
She is just so remarkably a special kind of hateful in this show that I'm kind of floored by it.
Oh my God. Hi.
And yes, so yeah, I really thought Boys Season 2 is something fantastic.
I love You're the Worst. That's one of my favorite modern comedies, and she crushes it as Stormfront. That was an awesome casting choice. Movies editor Corey Chikazola, I know you're a big fan of the show. Did season 2 improve on the first? What's your review?
I would say yes as well. I thought the best thing about season 2 was that it really leaned into all of these references and its commentary aspect of like our world. It's a very fantastical show, but it also feels super relevant in a lot of ways. Every time they made fun of Batman versus Superman, I was just having the best time. Like, the logo looked exactly the same. All of that stuff I thought really helped. I will say, I thought some of the characters suffered. A few characters suffered in season 2, and I really missed Elizabeth Shue a lot.
Yeah.
The milk wasn't enough for me. I needed full Elizabeth Shue. So I loved her. So I definitely I wanted more. Obviously, she for very obvious reasons could not be in the whole season. But
yeah, the milk. Oh my God, I forgot about that until now. That is her
what
cameo.
a way to bring Homelander back into the action is with bringing the bottle out of that fridge. And you're just like, because like, I mean, I feel like we need to dedicate at least a certain portion of this conversation just to talking about Homelander, because like that is just one scary motherfucker.
I'll laser every fucking one of you!
Like, and obviously, like, going into Boys Season 2, I didn't have time to rewatch Season 1 before it, and so, like, I had the recap to kind of ingratiate me back into the action, but, so I was just remembering what I remembered from Homelander Season 1, and then that his first scene is with that bottle of milk and just, like, dabbing at it with his tongue, and you're just like, oh my God, I forgot this guy is a total goddamn freak. And not only is he a total freak, but he is also just utterly terrifying. Like, there is, I can't think of another superhero character who has just such an insanely threatening presence. Every single time he steps into a scene, you just have absolutely no idea where it's going to end, because he's so unpredictable and literally can do anything. He has the powers of a god, and it's just, oh man, his presence is just unreal.
I'm the Homelander. Mm-hmm. And I can do whatever the fuck I want.
The most frightening thing about Homelander is his narcissism. Like when he was talking to his son and he was saying, we're gods and we can do anything we want. And it's like, oh man, this dude has, and then with that narcissism comes all of that charm and that religious following. It's being terrifying.
That poor baby boy who was like the twin. They were the twins in Big Little Lies. That poor baby boy has the worst luck in on-screen fathers I have ever seen in my life.
There is no other show that is going to have a sequence where like a character like the Deep is going to heroically summon a giant whale, and the heroes of the show are going to ram a speedboat into it at full speed. And kind of that, and honestly, like to go back to Homeland's introduction into the season, when they're trying to recruit the new member of the Seven, and it's the blind martial artist, and again, like I was still readjusting myself to who Homelander is again, and then just the pop, and it's like just so sudden and so brutal and so awful, and I mean, but the show just I feel like every single episode has at least one little thing like that just completely floors you and makes you laugh and horrifies you at the same time. It's one hell of a tone to strike for sure.
This is a fucking mess.
That's a great way to put it. Every episode has at least one huge, like, what the kind of moment that reminds you, like, how messed up the show is.
There's no need for language.
I love the way the season started with that stupid Billy Joel music video. I feel like that sets the ridiculous tone immediately, and I was just obsessed with it. I've watched that video like 4 times since. So the show has already been picked up for season 3, right? Like well before season 2 premiered. That's how popular it is.
We are famous now.
Corey Chicazola, what would you like to see out of season 3? How can they go bigger?
I mean, I'm once again like thinking about like very specific character things. One, I would like an actual challenger to Homelander.
Too little, too late.
I would like some foil for him to feel a little less powerful at times, because I think that would then make him get even more bananas.
Oh, great. Cool. Totally.
So, like, in order to make him more cruel, you gotta, like, push him down a few pegs and then see, like, the pendulum swing the other way. And, like, on a smaller note, I would like to see Starlight ever use her powers properly.
Yeah,
she's just always like missing people with her cool lady thing. Like, when is she gonna? I just wanted more of her kicking ass and taking names in this season, and it didn't really happen.
That's all I have ever wanted.
Can we talk about Patton Oswalt as the Deep Skills? What a great cameo was that. That was amazing.
Inspired choice, for sure.
Take a look. A real look.
I mean, honestly, I really loved the entire plot line with the Deep, just because, like, obviously in season 1, he is set up as such a horrible person, and you don't want to forgive him in any way. But, like, they actually legitimately gave him. Chase Crawford is a legitimate arc in season 2 that has some very strange overtones and undertones with the Church of the Collective.
Hey, easy on the religious persecution, okay?
And that entire sequence with his gills, just it is a weird way of bringing sympathy to what is ultimately or what has been a completely unsympathetic character.
I'm going to do everything in my power to renew my light.
And yes, Patton Oswalt as the voice of the gills is just that's an inspired choice for sure.
You're everything I need.
I kind of want to challenge you on the Deep, though, because I actually kind of got frustrated with him this season. I just wanted him more involved in, like, the main story, and I felt kind of like he was this moon orbiting the season, and he made me laugh, and I loved every time he was on screen, but I felt like he was in his own play a little bit.
That's fair. I mean, but at the same time, I kind of appreciated that arc by itself, just because it kind of further expands the world. Because, I mean, the Church of the Collective storyline by itself, I feel like just adds a whole new dimension as far as, like, who's actually controlling the way things actually operate in this world, and the whole, like, the replacement for the Seven and figuring out who should replace Vanisher. And I like the arc of him just trying to get back.
Maybe one day you can welcome me back into the Seven. I know my road is long and hard.
And I think that it might end up like these because he was involved, and I think that plot device, the church is going to become like a larger thing in season 3. So that I might actually get exactly what I want, and it might be the thing that anchors him into the story because he had that earliest introduction. So this time next year, I could be just, calling egg on my face,
Eric, you have any closing thoughts? What do you want to see out of season 3?
I do. It's a little hard to navigate spoiler wise, just because obviously where season 3 goes depends heavily on where season 2 ends. But just to kind of speak in just the big picture terms, it's interesting that the way season 2 operates is by introducing Stormfront as kind of the new villain in principle. Like, she is kind of the arcing villain for season 2.
Holy shit, your eyes are really fucking blue up close.
You are fun.
But at the same time, you have Homelander as this overarching villain who has existed through season 1 and season 2. So in season 3, you almost kind of have to resolve a certain level of conflict with him, because as mentioned in this conversation, he is kind of a god-level superhero, and so there's no easy solution that is just immediately available within the first 2 seasons. However, by season 3, you can't really have season 3 end with Homelander just still continuing a reign of terror. You do kind of have to round that out, and to kind of echo what Corey was saying. And honestly, the other part of that, and it's kind of part of the other side of the same coin, is that I kind of want to see more of the public's relationship with superheroes, because obviously, to this point, everybody in the world thinks that Homelander is a genuine Superman level hero who is fighting constantly for good. But as an audience, we know for a fact that that is just so untrue. I want to see more of kind of the larger populace's evolution of their perspective on him as a hero. And we get tastes of that, but I'd almost like kind of a normal person's perspective just as a main supporting character in season 3, so we can watch just the public shifting of just how people look at heroes and the history of Compound V. And I mean, there's a lot to explore, but I think that there's a lot of potential there.
All right, so all of these guys have seen the entire season, and they've all given it positive reviews, so don't stop after the first 3 episodes which have been released. Keep watching, because according to them, it's pretty dope. Let us know what you think about season 2 so far in the comments below. Let us know what you'd like to see out of the future of the show. Corey Chicazola and Eric Eisenberg, thank you for being here, guys. I could watch a 2-hour feature film that's just Carl Urban yelling insults at people.
Give it another season. I mean, in another season, they will have enough footage of him saying the C word to make that film into a reality. So we're not far off.
Daddy's home.